Enforced silence in a world that is so expected to have noise and experience and continuous stimulation is incredibly moving and powerful, I think.
When worshipping, we're all connecting to the divine essence or God or spirit, or we use many different terms, but we're all connecting to the same thing within that silence.
I attended my first Quaker meeting at the age of 13, and it was probably the first time I went somewhere and there was the sense in the room that something important was happening, but I felt very comfortable.
I felt a warm feeling in my stomach kind of 30-40 minutes in, and it was almost like a quite sort of, I'm starting to open up a bit more. I'm forgetting about everything that was going on in the world, and for that moment I was there in that room with a gathering of 30 people trying to achieve stillness and waiting for leading or waiting for something bigger than myself and the people that were in that room.
We refer to the messages that people give during worship as ministry, so they are meant to be divinely guided or inspired. It could be anything that person feels moved to give in that particular moment.
I remember the first time that I ministered in meeting. I had no idea that I was going to stand up and talk until I suddenly found myself on my feet. And I can't even remember exactly what it was that I said. I can just remember the emotion of it.
I think I was about 10 or 11 when I first ministered, and I read from a book called Advice and Queries, which has short quotes about reflecting on yourself, and I found that quite a tough experience, but it was also marked a step in me really starting to feel that Quakerism was for me.
You have to make yourself vulnerable in order to have a kind of spiritual experience. So you've got this room of people making themselves vulnerable, being quiet, seeing what happens, being open to what happens. Probably 3 or 4 times I would say that sort of unquestionably something bigger was happening in the room, which you could say God was there.
From that worship, we then go and work in the world. So our social justice work, our work in the world, our everyday lives are grounded in that collective meeting for worship, which is quite unique.
I quite often find myself moved to tears without really being able to say what it is. It's just this sense of really deep love and gratitude for everybody that's there and for the opportunity to be there.
When it works, it's the best thing ever, and it kind of recharges you, and you're ready to face the real world. That's why I'm a Quaker, because occasionally meeting for worship is sort of heavenly.